Echo, pause.
So yeah, Monday morning took a day off from work. Cripes. Echo, turn on pump. Anyhow, so yeah, on Saturday, I went underneath there and lowered that about an eighth of an inch. Wanted more, but there's still a gap. So I think what I'm struggling with is the boards are nailed, expecting the floor to go like this, and then it's not coming down because it's all nailed together. So I think it's going to come down a little more over time, but not much, maybe a 16th inch. So anyhow, I'm going to move ahead. I'm going to use a couple modes here. I really don't want to pour concrete, self-leveling concrete, for various reasons, but probably one of them is I don't know how it's going to be affected over time. And this is going to extract and expand, and the concrete's going to loosen, and just I don't like it. So wood tends to contract better with wood. Maybe if I put tar paper down and then sealed it and then put another layer of tar paper, they would isolate. It's just too much work for such a little area. So I'm going to measure across here. I'm going to try make it levelish. You can even see, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like that side's got a bigger gap than this side. So I think the floor actually goes this way. Anyhow, I'm going to put some sheets of thin plywood down, and then I'm going to probably cut sheets long ways, and every 6 inches put them. So like imagine wedges. So and then the wood, of course, is going to go. Because the other thing that came to mind is this very first piece is crucial. And it really starts way back here with here going forward. And I think I'm going to have to take this piece out because she's a little chewy. I didn't put it in like that, but I think when they ripped the board out that was here, they went a little excessive. So I don't know how long that board is, but we're going to have to do 2 minutes here. And gravity is working against me right now. So that's the plan today. If I can get this board in with the additional support of the basement, because you can see daylight, and get the leveling in here, I'm going to be really happy. The actual execution is going to be too bad. Now, the other thing I found out, I don't know how I did it, is, yeah, see, a lot of these have tongues in them. So I want the tongues so the new pieces go in there. So I'm going to try and well, you can see a lot of these, I just started with short pieces. So short piece, short piece, short piece. So some of these I'm just going to pull out. So especially if the short piece is really short. So let's say this one, this one, this one, this one for sure. This one here. So you're using longer pieces over here, not sure why. But because some of these, if I take this one out, then I got tongues everywhere. Tongues are going to be important for 2 reasons. One is it's a good idea for continuity, and 2, because I'm bridging 2 different surfaces, having that tongue there kind of helps keep things from moving the way. But at the same token, I don't want a line here. You know, this is supposed to be random, not there's a line here. So Anyhow, that's the next step. Well, the first piece is always the hardest. I cut that board and I smartly took the scraps and put them over here. It was just 16 too high. And what's confusing is, of course, a couple things. One is, when I stand on this, this does go down. Right now, I got it dead center. So I'm going to leave that there, but then it comes up over here. So if I measure over here, that piece out there will fit in there. So I decided I'm going to strip it. No, I'm not going to strip it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I got another piece to put in here, and I'm just going to continue on and piece this in. It'd be nice if it was 16 on center. That one's like 14, but just needed to get going. So I'm using a little bit of liquid nails and some real screws, putting thick, long ones in where the joists are and mark the joists off. Of course, this one's all fucked up. You would think that, you know, it's a joist, right? Just go straight. Of course, I had to find this out by putting 2 screws in the air. But, yeah, that one's right there. She gets thick, and then she gets thin. She meets all the way at the end. I don't know what the hell, why. It's kind of 2.5 inch gap over there and a 0 gap over there, but it does. I hope these are straight. I think they are. I don't know. Things were customized on the fly. Maybe it was to fit it on here. I have no idea. I don't know. I do tell you this. This one's definitely sitting on here. It's sitting over there. They should have put another one here. I gotta put another one there. Anyhow, so we're gonna continue on, but at least we got one in, so I could start about there. We got 3 boards in, 3.25. Yeah, no, probably a little bit. No, none. Not good. There's a fine art to applying this. No, there isn't. You just spread it everywhere. Echo. Pause. She just doesn't listen sometimes. So, anyhow, thought I'd bring you down to my level. So you can kind of see right here, there's like a 1/4 inch height difference in the old wood and the new wood. And then it just kind of tapers down to nothing by that point. So that's the transition point that I need to kind of follow, is thicker, and that's why I'm piecing this together. You also may notice that it's kind of going thin, thicker, thicker as I go over here. So I think I'm gonna call this success at this point. What I gotta do is I gotta bring my laser over here, figure out what's going on over here, though I'm pretty sure whatever's going on here is just going to continue. It's really how I want to get to this point when I need to fill it. Plus I ain't going over there. But if I could get this out to about here, that would be good. But I gotta go check that. But I think I'm going to move on to doing that first board. I want to put in a piece of, I got to look underneath, but I think I need to run a 2x4 across underneath here, because there's nothing supported. They just cut the wood off, and there's no 2x4 holding up. There's 2x4 holding up the wall, but it's short of the wall. They cut it too far back. Also, I gotta investigate. I think I gotta pull this board out here, because she's just all chewy. So it's nailed this way. So I think what I can do is just pound her out this way, and I got to take that board off. So basically, I got to move all this stuff around, but I want to get this. You know, if I could get the board into like here, that would be good. And then when I'm ready to do this, which is coming up soon, I'm debating getting some leveling cement and just kind of transitioning this. But then I think about it, and then I realize I'll just use shims. I'll just shim as I go. I can just use a laser, just because I'm going to be doing board by board anyhow. So I think by Wednesday night, I should be laying down wood here. Yeah, I got to go to work tomorrow, so they can fire me or something. Got another, let's see. They announced 4,000 layoffs 4th quarter last year, did 3. Now they announced another 6. So we got 7, but they're going to do 1,000 next year. So only 5,000 people, you know. Then it turns out we only have like 80,000 people. We used to have like 150,000 people, but I never count them. There are a lot of birdies in this tree. Bush. Boo! I don't seem to be scared, is he? Huh. Well, same kind of bird, too. Must be a bird orgy or something. Where's my dog? Oh, my dog's bored. He's like, fuck it. So we got some exciting dust news. So, about 15 years ago, I bought this dust sucker, and then I bought this. So the dust comes into here, dumps into the can, and then the airflow goes to the can into the dust. So this kind of helps separate a lot of the dust. You can see I have almost a full 35-gallon can of dust. Then my next upgrade was a year ago, this. So what this does is it's a big air filter, but what's different about it is there was a bag before. This captures a lot more dust, but more importantly, it allows a lot more airflow. So I move more air, so I collect more of the dust. Then there's a bag down here that was mostly empty. Because most of the dust goes in here, and the air flows through here, captures the fine stuff. So the next problem I've had is for years, I've had all these hoses hooked up. Now, in a perfect world, I go up and over and down and around, but I move things around too much. So I finally bite the bullet, ate a bullet. I don't know, there's a bullet or something. And I bought this. So this is a Rockler Dusterite. So it's a handle, and they sell things that allow you to sweep floors and stuff. But basically, this will now go onto here. And when I'm not using it down there, I can pop it up here. Then this attaches to a 2-inch hose, which is flexible, which has couplings here. So I've got one for here and here. So very quickly I can move between the two. And I just eliminated 2 of the hoses that I've had attached forever. Now the fallacy here is I think I can hook this up to a floor sweeper. A floor brush. And I still got to figure out how to get, I got to get another adapter and an extension hose or something for that. So maybe I can plug this into that. I don't know. But this will be a really nice addition because this makes a lot of dust as well as that. And at least this gives me an easy way and cleans up the floor right now so I can walk through here. Don't have hoses all over the place. So kind of like an end of stretchy is nice because I think this will let me go all the way over here. And when I come back, she just gets shorter. That's tech. That's good tech. Oh, and also this rotates very easily. So that's kind of cool on both sides. She's got the rotatage. So neat. Got animals everywhere. There's a black one around here too, but where's the black one? Oh, you can't see the black one. It's too dark. I hate the color, but this is the size I want. I'm not gonna buy it, but it could be that color. I just haven't found the natural in this width. They have natural and a much wider, like 2-inch, like that. We'll keep looking. So we're gonna try videotaping this time. So I'm out here feeding the bird feeder, and I'm looking at the tracks on the ground. And yeah, some of these tracks are pretty good size. Like that guy. That's a foot. So it's about 5 inches, and it's got a pretty good gait because like over here, I don't know if that's the same animal, but it goes, you know, but almost 2 feet. That looks like a deer. I don't know. So maybe it's not the squirrels popping the top off. And you can see there's a lot of tracks around here. There's a lot of activity in the bird feeder area. And they're not squirrels, because squirrels Don't lay big tracks like that. What do we got over here? Yeah, still got that good size tracks. Needs more snow to freshen things up here a bit. A lot more activity here than one would think. So we're out here at the random dumpster. I have no use for this, but this is actually pretty nice. But that's a good pallet. What I did find over here is this big piece of wood. Well, what's interesting is it's not like, I mean, that's particle board. That's shit. That's particle board. That's clearly particle board. But this is solid wood. So with a piece of particle board on it, it's going to go in the trunkster here. I don't think anybody's going to be reading my license plate. Maybe it needs a little wash. I don't know. I kind of like it. So 4 years ago, there would have been doors here. A door and a door and a door and a door. They were bifold, so they would fold all the way back around here, and then the other door would fold. We still have the doors, and I thought that she wanted to put the doors back. For running vents up through this wall, I doubled the wall. So I made this beamed wall sturdier by adding another 3.5 inches. So, but then I still had the trim that went around this with all the hinges and everything. And I just put it back here because it was the easiest place to store it, where it'd be out of the way. Because, I mean, it's rather big. So yesterday I took it out, and then I took it apart. So I took that side off, and I took this side off. So then I wrapped them all together and hid them someplace where my kids will find it after I'm dead. However, and I already had the wood for this. I've had this wood for a while. I wasn't sure that she was sure that she didn't want to put the doors up, because adding the doors and routing out the hinges and everything was a little more complicated, and there's little locks and stuff. So she doesn't want the doors. Hey, is that your sandwich? This cat, I don't know. It's one nice thing about this. He doesn't jump up on the table. Hey, that's not your sandwich and not your napkins. Get up. What? How? What? Who did? Help me understand why we let you live. Oh, not my cat. Oh, I think I hurt myself. 29 pounds later. Anyhow, so this is good to go, except, see, this is nice and flat. Gotta do a little trimming around here. The drywall guys apparently were drinking. Did this side nice. Then over here, yeah, good. Then we get to here. Looks fine there, but kind of gets gappage. It ain't right. And then I went, oh, I remember this, because this, she's, you know, within the bubble, as they say. This, not so much in the bubble. I mean, it's kissing it, but look, if we bring it back, it's in the bubble. So what I'm gonna have to do is take my 16-footer, because I'm out of nice looking, straight, newer wood. Old wood I got, but the old wood, you can't, it's hard. It doesn't, splits easy. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to stick this piece of wood up here, and I'm gonna figure out where, I think right here is where I give up. And then I'm gonna have to mark it with the magic marker. Then I'm gonna have to take it upstairs, put it on its side, and then with the track saw, make a straight line. So while I'm pretty good with the saw, I'd rather just get a nice straight line here, because this is gonna be just a continuous straight up. And then just fill this in so she's, you know, flush-lated. Ignore the fact that's not gonna be there, that's fine. Just this thing. And then I can come through and clean up all the, I mean, they didn't even try here, basically. Looks like they used their drywall axe instead of, you know, a router. So, yeah, but like I said, I got the wood. I even have the wood that goes on the outside. I mean, I got the wood, and it's stained ready to go. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're also gonna work on this. So after lots of thinkings, there's a couple things I could do here, but what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take the same track saw, cut along here, make a nice smooth cut, figure out where we wanna be, because, you know, we're in a 1/4 inch here, and we're past over here. Not sure why, but we are. Then I'm gonna dog down. Put in my pieces. I'm gonna butt them right up to it. Just that's gonna be a pain because they slide underneath because of the tongage. And I think this piece here, I'm gonna slide from over there in and just kind of get her in. I'll probably end up doing 2 pieces because I can only slide so far in. So that I'll have the piece that goes along here. I can nail that on this side, on the tongue, and then slide the other in because I don't want to expose nails here as much as possible. Then slide the remaining piece in. If she doesn't like it, I can always cut a groove and put in a strip. Now they make an inch, half an inch wide or an inch wide, and it goes down a little bit. So it's basically like a T. And it just needs a little groove. You fill it up with some caulk, you spush it down, and you're done. They make aluminum, brass, stainless steel, brushed, polished, blah, blah, blah. So that's my backup plan. But if not, we got your hickory, we got your maple. And then getting pretty close to me just, you know, hitting on this. And this is gonna be one of those, I think I said before, I start it, I just bang it through. I mean, I come home, I do it for 4 hours, and I go to bed, just get this all done. Still looking for a door. Been looking at the interwebs for over here. And though it's a little cold out, I hope to be shopping this weekend for a door. Need a door because that likes to go down there at a high rate of speed. And I once even caught her in the sump pump. How she got, I don't know. And I'd rather just, instead of building another one of those, just put the door in. And I thought I had the doors. No, apparently not. Okay, the cat's gone. That's good. So I had to go to the post office to get this box, which is going to be more dust equipment. I think I'm pretty much done in dust. No, there's a couple more pieces. I'll get inventory of what I have. I have a bunch of dust stuff that I haven't touched in years back there. But I think I'm pretty good. So anyhow, oh, and I got Joe a Valentine's Day gift. It's from Sherrod Brown's book, Desk 88. I assume that's he was the 8th district, and yeah, he even signed it. I hope her name's Sandra. Anyhow, so I went to an estate sale. Well, I went to 2 estate sales. One I left without paying for buying anything. No, I didn't shoplift. And then the other is here. So it was one of those, here's the garage, it's 17 degrees, the sun's shining, but not inside, it's windy, and it's cold. So, yeah, have fun. So, you may remember this bad boy. So, she's the sand cat, and she's missing your sticker. He had 3 of these. So, apparently a guy passed on, and the son-in-law was getting rid of stuff. So, yeah, I thought I'd find another one of these, but I didn't think I'd find it that quickly. So, we got that. I offered him $40 for all this, and then we negotiated. Next thing you know, I paid $70, but I think I got a good deal. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's a seamer. So it's got a gauge right there, and it's got 2 rollers. And I think it's for seaming metal. I don't know. Wire wheels. These are like super heavy duty. They weigh a lot too. This one was a lot of debates. I believe this is a Rockwell, and it came with a decent bit. It's a great little router, and it should fit in here. And I got an extra base. This has the built-in, I'm going to follow the template thing. Needs a little cleaning. But I think I'm going to take this metal piece out and put in a router table, which has a router hold. I don't know. I've got the shaper, but it's scary, powerful. So in that case, I'll need this router to fit inside. Or actually, I'm looking at a jig that does dominoes that might need that. So anyhow, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that in the future. It's a nice unit nonetheless. This is the start for the snow blower that I blew up. So that's a different project. I got some screws, sheet metal screws. These may or may not fit my planer. Where's my planer? Oh, there she is. Is it rigid? But, you know, I threw them in the pile. They're a little crusty. But they're deltas, you can tell, because it's the delta side. Delta side. Another diamond grit wheel. It's kind of used, but so is the one I got. This is interesting. I've looked at these before. So this electrified beast is a sheet metal shear. So basically, it cuts sheet metal right there. And it's quick and fast. Well, which is kind of like quick and fast are the same thing. Did I plug it in? No. Did you tell me it worked? Yes. Did I believe him? Yeah. So that's cool. Probably never use this, but this is just so cool. So, and it looks 100% complete. It's got the instructions. Oh, except for that arbor. Dirty bastards. Nope, it's there. It just needs to be put back. So basically, this is for setting your teeth on a saw. So what is setting your teeth? Basically, hitting with a hammer. It's bending the teeth alternating, or however you want to do it. Sometimes people do two left, two right. It reduces vibration, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, I don't have one. It's a cool kit. Probably never use it. Tape, just a roll of thin tape. This is something that is handy. It's for holding nails as you hammer them in, so you don't hammer your fingers. You keep them straight. So put the nail in the hole. Because why not? This I got because it's unique and I don't have one quite like it. It's just a really nice hand built-in handle file. You may remember I made a holder. And then today I'm thinking, maybe I need to find out what size this is. So is this the size I need? I think it is. Yes, it is. So I got two. I have to make more holders or something here. So it's ironic because I was thinking, I should measure that diameter so I know if I go to a garage sale, not to get that, but to get this. These are the size of the hole, not the size of the piece here. So yeah, that was a success. That's about $20 new. It's not new. Then another little file. She's triangle. This file I got just because she's cute. She's offset. She can get file down and she's wedged. So that's cool. Got this because she's pretty. She's a precision knife. I'm printing ink, so that's advertising. Lewis Robinson. So yeah. Dorks screwdriver, T9. Put that in the house. This I got just because it's a 9/16 and it's a gear wrench and it ratchets, so that will go downstairs. Put that back. All these got to be cleaned up, but these are all little router bits. So apparently this guy was a furniture maker or something. Oh, these are plug cutter. Ooh, that's a diamond saw for tile and glass. I didn't realize that. That's like $30 right there. Wow, that's special. Plug cutters. So if you're making a dowel plug, this cuts the wood so you can cover up screws and stuff. It's got every size, and she's made in China, so it's high quality. As it says so. Those are obviously newer. Some of these aren't like the others. Anyhow, and then lots of router bits. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up. That one doesn't turn. Obviously I can get new bearings, but ooh, that one, well, there's metal on there. Anyhow, I just kind of threw them in there. I'm not sure what this box is. It's a cute box. So yeah, I didn't underpay, I didn't overpay. So though that alone is worth a lot. Not that I need it right this moment, but someday I'll go, hey, it's handy. Now what would fit through there? Not much. Then we got what I ordered. So I'm going to use my new scalpel and open this box up. So this was at the post office, and snap. Yeah, the box just opened itself up. So this is, I think, the end of everything. So last week identified that I needed a connector for that and that. I've got one. I've got one. These are $14, but then I found this, which is exactly what I need. It's a PVC. So I'm going to take that one off, put this one on. That one didn't fit very well. That one goes over there. So now for $4, it was on sale versus $14. So I'm pretty happy about that. This I debated on. So she's an edge routing dust port. So basically, this fits on your router. You screw this into the hole like that is. And then as you run it along something, it circulates all the dust, which would be handy. Then this is a big debate. I got another hose. So why did I get this hose? So there's two types of hoses. Now I know there's three, but there's the flexi one, the one that stretches. This one goes from 3 to 12 feet. Then there's the fixed hose, and I don't know why you would never want the stretchy. And then I got the kit that has all the things on there. However, the things require that you take the hose off and slide it back on, which is kind of a pain in the ass. What I thought I was getting is this click kit, where the tool stays on, the adapter stays on the tool, and you just click, 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 click. So they don't sell these right now. They're on back order, but they had a whole hose kit that was on sale. So I bought another hose, so I'll have that hose, and I'll just dedicate it to this size. And then that one, I can put things on there. So I know I want it on this. I want it on the piece I bought for the router. Maybe on the back of the dust maker. And there's something else. The back of this, also dust maker. And I think then I'm good. I counted the number of fittings, so I should have 8 fittings, 2 hoses. And this got the clicky click. This again, we'll just dedicate. I use the sander a lot, and I did mount that. I don't know if I had that before. So now I can take that, put it there, put it there, put it here. I need an extension, which I haven't figured out yet. Well, I have the extension, but I might do something different. I may put a port over here, but getting closer. Wanting to get the dust down, because I got dust everywhere. So that's it for today. Oh, the second garage sale was in Hudson, and it was apparently a watchmaker, and this guy collected stuff. Now, it wasn't junk. He collected a lot of stuff. And I walked in there, and I'm thinking, I'm going to get COVID. It's just going to happen. There's so many people there. I parked in the street, then I found out that they're going to tow people to park in the street. Was not happy about that. And so yeah, I go downstairs, and you'd see racks and racks and racks of watch parts, like crystals, bezels, watch bands, just thousands. It looked like the guy went and bought every watchmaker store out. Beautiful bins marked for like $200 for probably, I mean, each tray probably held 75 to 100 watch faces, and they're all little original bags. I mean, it's like the kind you would think 50 years ago you walked into a watchmaker's place and he'd have everything. Or she, probably he. And yeah, I just couldn't handle it. And there was just like, you go in the garage, there's 5 different car jacks. Not that I need one, but there's like multiples of everything. I counted 13 nice toolboxes, like Kennedy portable toolboxes. So I'll probably go back tomorrow with Joe. There are a lot of paperweights, and the prices were decent. It was just overwhelming. And again, I was parked in the street, so they said the police are going to start towing people, so I hightailed it out of there. But oh yeah, there's a dust maker on there too. So yeah, this will be fun. This will take a few minutes to clean up alone. And we're going to start working on some projects because it's 2 o'clock. Okay, all week long I've been thinking about that vertical piece. I need to cut at an angle. So what I decided to do was I'm going to take the distance that the piece needs to be, which is 6 feet, divide it in half, which would be 3 feet, add 6 inches, and then I cut a piece of 2x4. Then I put the 2x4 up against the other one, the existing one, and then I scribed a line along the one that's straight. So now if I cut along this line with my track saw, I'm going to bring the shorter one up, and then I'm going to have another piece of wood here so that it has something to lay on. I may even have to put a couple pieces. The other approach would be to jam it in there, and there's too much stuff there. But the goal is to minimize the amount of wood. So if this is the piece I'm cutting off at the top, you will note that the remaining piece is wider than that distance. So down here, where the next piece comes in, this piece just will pick up right there, because it's going to be the same angle, only flipped around. So this will now be the outside, which is all chewy. Yeah, oh well, that happens. So this will, this will become the piece I'm using, and this will become the spare piece. There's something wrong with my theory here. The problem with my theory is that that piece there isn't thin enough. So I may have to do this twice. I was thinking that the 2 pieces would just that's not going to work because it's not a continuous angle. Anyhow, so we'll put this piece in there, and then maybe what we'll do is use this piece, and we'll scribe this piece, and then cut this a second time. Yeah, that'll work. Got to get another 2x4, get the shorter piece here, and need to eat something. Eating all the food Joe brought home yesterday. Pork turkey sandwiches, green beans, and macaroni and cheese. And I think it's the macaroni and cheese is getting me. The old belly hurts. Okay, there's the first half. Didn't go well. Second will go faster. Couple issues. One is my track only goes down about 2 inches, so I had to hand saw the rest. And I was using a reciprocal sawzall. And apparently one of the blades I was doing was going like this. So it was cutting straight down the line that I'd cut with the track saw, except on the backside it was going the wrong way. So I'm trying to, this would be a good example of it was going the wrong way. Unfortunately, I discovered it pretty damn close to the end, where I'm like, why is it shooting out over there? So I still think I might be able to get this piece to work. I'm going to have to short it a little bit as expected, but this isn't going to be perfect, and it isn't, but at least I can deal with this on shims. This is shimmable, whereas I couldn't do like 3/4 of an inch with shims. Another thing to do is I'm going to have to make a little kind of piece in here just to fill that in. Not sure why, shouldn't have to, but I will. You know, in hindsight, yeah, if I used a 2x6 and ripped it down, but then I'd have 3 inches to cut through, and it didn't work well. What I will do on the next one is, if I do the track saw, I'll do it on both sides. At least then I can cut a straight line. So we're gonna do this next piece here, and hopefully get her done. Then the next thing is to put this trim piece in, which actually could go pretty much at any time. And it's just gonna be like a 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch kind of thing, but then I'll have to taper it down. But I could do that somewhat easy on a table saw. I think the key here is I was thinking 7-foot sections, and I really should have been thinking 3-foot and 3-foot. Those I could do at a table saw. Probably should have done the whole thing at the table saw. I have a jig that only goes about 2 feet, but it allows you to clamp the wood at an angle and then run it straight along the fence. Gonna have to go through here. I think I'm gonna get the vacuum cleaner out and just kind of move the furniture, and just maybe I could just, no, I'm gonna make dust either way. I was thinking maybe I'd just cut that off, and probably I could just literally scribe and cut it, but you're still gonna make dust. So and then I gotta get this. I don't know what the hell they were doing there. And then I think this is pretty clean, but over here we got some mud over here, and just zip her on down. And yeah, just poke it out there. So yeah, use the vacuum and a hand sucking it. It should work well. I have a little battery powered rotary drywall cutter thing that works pretty well, as long as I don't break the bit. But I got extra bits. Then I got to come back and hammer in some of these nails or cut them off or something. Those stick out a little bit. And we're almost there. So tomorrow I should be able to cut this top piece, put her in. Though I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. So we'll see how far we get tonight. Okay, there we go. Again, it's not flush, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be there enough that I can shim. So the next thing is to get rid of this drywall extra. So I'm going to go grab the vac. I'm going to use this. So she's got no cutting at the end. So it just kind of rides along the wood. I'm going to extend that out a little more. And just go very carefully, because it's easy to break these, because I have a pile of broken ones. It didn't come out perfect. I'm not quite sure why. I can come by with a knife, clean that up, but this side did. That's the advantage of doing it one pass. If you just do it right, it's hard to clean up if you don't do it right. Like over here, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, well, the bulk of it's gone. I just vacuumed. That was good. Whoo, my toes are warm because it's 26 out and the heat came on. All the floors are nice and toasty. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up because I think my wife's coming home. Okay, so I've got this board up, top piece, got it nailed in, shimmed where the nails are. Now I'm working this piece. Now this piece is complicated by the fact that the floor is goofy. So I tried to trim it. So I put a piece of cardboard back there and I traced the line across. Because the cardboard would fit behind the actual, well, you can't see it now. I made it too long on purpose. So when I look at this, it looks like I can cut a little. I didn't realize that this board went up. I made it go straight across and I angled down for this board. So just trim off a little more. And again, that's why I went long there, so that I'd have extra room down here. When I get this one right, then I'll go ahead and do this one. I don't know why I didn't start on this one. I did put in this filler strip just to kind of bridge the gap here. I may do something down there, but should be working on the floor. But nope, I'm working on this. As I said before, this is a milestone because this piece of wood's been hanging out for a long time and it was really long and it was always in the way. So now I got a little more room to, you know, stain, sand, and finish more. Okay, we're gonna hit record this time. So I'm tracing on the floor with the crayon, and then I'm going back a little bit, and then I'm tracing with a knife to get that sharp edge, and then I'm using the track saw here and here, and then I'm using the jigsaw just to cut the rest out. And hopefully this will do it. Needed 1/4 of an inch. I'm hesitant to trade down here because I'm still optimizing this, and I wanted this to come down a bit, and this edge is still a little chewy. So if I could take another 1/8 inch off here, I can probably just clean that whole edge up, enhance. So, yep. There we go. Enhance. Why? There she goes. Yeah. So I've now cut 8 sides, and that dust capture is working much better. And then, as always, this track saw precision is just amazing. It's got that thin of a piece consistently all the way through. My only regret is I could have had a Milwaukee.